Welcome to a thought-provoking exploration of singlehood and romantic couples. Today we dive into the question, are romantic couples truly the winners or is there more beneath the surface? Drawing from DePaulo PhD's insights will challenge common assumptions and examine what studies about single people often overlook. We'll start with a hypothetical scenario, then move to real-world examples and finally discuss the broader social context. Get ready to rethink what you know about singlehood, relationships, and the so-called deficiencies of single people. Imagine a study comparing single people and couples on their ability to escape from boxes. The single person starts in one box while the couple starts in another box right beside them. When the whistle blows, both try to get out and researchers time their escape. The results? Couples escape faster, and the study concludes that single people are deficient in box escaping skills. This hypothetical scenario mirrors how many real studies frame singlehood as lacking, often without considering the context or fairness of the comparison. The media quickly picks up the study, spreading the idea that couples are superior and singles are deficient. Coupled people feel validated, while singles may feel discouraged or even pressured to seek therapy. This widespread coverage shapes public perception, reinforcing stereotypes about singlehood and romantic relationships. The narrative becomes less about actual skills and more about social status, leaving singles feeling marginalized. But what about the context? In the hypothetical, the single person's box is taped shut and blocked by boulders, while the couple's box has a wide-open door leading to a beautiful path. The playing field is far from even. This missing context is crucial. It shows that the apparent deficiency of singles is not about their skills but about the obstacles they face. Studies often ignore these hidden barriers, making their conclusions misleading. The unequal playing field is a recurring theme. Singles face more obstacles while couples enjoy advantages. When studies compare singles and couples, they rarely account for these differences. Instead, they focus on outcomes like happiness or loneliness, attributing any gaps to personal deficiencies rather than social context. This flawed approach perpetuates stereotypes and ignores the real challenges singles encounter. In real studies, researchers often examine loneliness and life satisfaction among singles versus couples. Sometimes they track changes when singles become coupled. The findings: singles may experience a brief boost in happiness after marrying but eventually return to their previous levels. Other studies claim that young people entering their first romantic relationship are happier and less lonely than those who remain single, labeling singlehood as deficient. But these studies overlook how singles and couples are treated differently. Young singles are often pitied, while newly coupled people are celebrated. Couples may form exclusive social circles, leaving singles out or relegating them to less important events. Family gatherings, weddings, and social occasions often favor couples, offering them more invitations and privileges. These social dynamics contribute to feelings of loneliness and dissatisfaction among singles, not because they lack a partner but because of how society treats them. In many families, coupled adults are invited to bring their romantic partners to outings, while single siblings cannot bring their lifelong friends. At weddings and other events, couples often receive +1 invitations, but singles rarely do, regardless of their close friendships. These practices reinforce the idea that romantic relationships are more valuable than platonic ones, further marginalizing singles. Couples, especially those who are married, enjoy economic benefits. They pay less per person for insurance, memberships, cultural events, and travel packages. Singles, on the other hand, pay full price, effectively subsidizing couples. These financial advantages are rarely acknowledged in studies comparing singles and couples, yet they significantly impact quality of life and satisfaction. In the workplace, single employees may be asked to cover for their coupled coworkers, who are given priority for holidays and vacation time. Married workers can take time off to care for their partners, while singles cannot do the same for friends or relatives. This not only limits singles' ability to give and receive care, but also deprives them of opportunities for deep bonding. Workplace policies often favor couples, reinforcing their privileged status. Coupled people read scientific studies claiming their superiority, while singles are told they are deficient. These claims are often based on flawed comparisons that ignore social and economic contexts. The narrative becomes self-reinforcing, as couples feel proud and singles feel pressured to change. This cycle perpetuates the myth of couple superiority and single deficiency. There are many resources and studies about singlehood, including topics like the good deaths of those who never marry and new findings about never partnered people. These essential reads challenge the dominant narrative and offer a more nuanced view of single life. They highlight the diversity and richness of singlehood, countering stereotypes and misconceptions. The list of ways singles are marginalized is endless. As you reflect on these examples, you may think of others from your own experience or observation. This ongoing marginalization is not about personal deficiency, but about societal attitudes and practices. Recognizing this helps shift the conversation from blaming singles to addressing systemic inequality. Are singles lonelier and less satisfied because they are personally deficient, or because they are stereotyped, stigmatized, and excluded? The evidence suggests that social exclusion, not personal deficiency, is the main driver of loneliness and dissatisfaction among singles. Coupled peers are admired, celebrated, and routinely included, while singles are left out and marginalized. This calls for a reevaluation of how we interpret studies and treat single people. Perhaps couples could benefit from reflecting on their privileged status. The idea of an elite club for couples elevates them above singles, often leading to exclusion and unequal treatment. Is it appropriate to treat single friends as less valuable? Encouraging couples to reconsider their attitudes can foster greater fairness and dignity for all. A way forward is not to pathologize singlehood but to work toward greater fairness. Initiatives like the Singles Bill of Rights offer a path to equality, advocating for the inclusion and recognition of single people. By challenging stereotypes and promoting equal treatment, society can create a more just environment for everyone, regardless of relationship status. Whenever you read a study claiming that singles are deficient and couples are superior, remember the boxes. The context matters. The obstacles singles face are often invisible in research, but they shape outcomes and perceptions. By keeping this in mind, we can better understand the true nature of singlehood and challenge misleading narratives. Bella DePaulo, PhD, is a leading expert on single people. Her work, including books like Single at Heart, offers valuable insights into the experiences and challenges of singles. As an academic affiliate in psychological and brain sciences at UCSB, she advocates for greater understanding and fairness for single people. Her research and writing challenge stereotypes and promote a more inclusive view of singlehood. There are many resources available for singles, including websites, books, and articles. These resources provide support, information, and community for single people. They help counter negative stereotypes and offer practical advice for navigating life as a single person. Accessing these resources can empower singles and promote greater self-acceptance. If you need support, therapists are available in cities across the country. Professional help can be valuable for anyone, regardless of relationship status. Therapy is not just for singles labeled as deficient, but for anyone seeking growth, understanding, or help with life's challenges. Accessing therapy is a positive step toward well-being. In conclusion, the supposed superiority of couples and deficiency of singles is often a product of flawed studies and social biases. By examining the context, recognizing hidden obstacles, and challenging stereotypes, we can move toward greater fairness and equality. Singlehood is not a deficiency, it is a valid and valuable way of life. Let's work together to create a society where all relationship statuses are respected and celebrated.